Good morning. It is 9:39 a.m. on Saturday, May 21st, 2021. No, excuse me, the 22nd. I was going to say, I signed my name with the date a bunch of times yesterday. I was pretty sure it was the 21st. Um, that's what I do for my work, in case anyone is curious about that. I pretty much just sign in initial things, initial and date things over and over and over. Yep. In any case, what I did other than work yesterday was usually on Fridays I have a D&D game, but we weren't able to play yesterday. So yesterday instead I binged the new MODOK TV show on Hulu, as well as watching the newest episode of Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Let me talk about The Bad Batch just briefly first. One is to say I wasn't persuaded that was a premise for a show that we especially needed. I mean, I liked the Bad Batch episodes of Clone Wars okay enough in their last season. I thought it was kind of an interesting idea. I guess it's, you know, seeing the seeing the more of the period directly after the Jedi fall, and starts everything starts actually becoming the Empire, more specifically that transition. I have some interest in that, but I was mostly just feeling like I would really kind of rather us start exploring something more separate from what we've seen before. But I have to say the show so far has been pretty good. I like it. It is did not necessarily convinced me that this was the most interesting possible direction that the show could have gone, but at the very least, it's entertaining. As for the MODOK show, it's really good. If you're not aware, MODOK is a Marvel Comics character, often very silly. He's a supervillain with a great big head, a head so big that he sits in this like special little hover chair to float him around, and it looks like he's mostly just a floating head with little vestigial arms and legs hanging out. And he's a super genius. But Marvel has decided to take I would probably go ahead and venture as to say, not canon, as opposed to even like pseudo canon or adjacent canon adjacent. Uh, but it's a show that's basically posits that MODOK is often not very good at his job, but also has a family, and mostly he's kind of a screw up, and it's about him kind of trying to do what he does. And it's got a very robot chicken sensibility, which makes sense since I think a lot of those people are involved. And it, I have to say, it's really good. I really liked it. There's 10 episodes available now on Hulu. And I would say that the first couple I liked okay. And I was like, yeah, this is funny. I'll watch this. But I have to say, especially episode 4 in particular, just really starts picking up, and it's just really funny. And I feel like it just keeps picking up steam as it goes. And it's willing to go grosser and more violent than I kind of expected. Um, but in a robot chicken way. Like everything is sort of designed to evoke the look and visuals of like claymation and like Robot Chicken. Even though I believe that this one is all computer animated, not done with actual physical clay, but designed to look like that. And the yeah, so I think that the show is just actually really good. The trailer for me didn't honestly sell it because like one of the big like jokes that you show in that they say in the trailer, and this is like I'm only going to spoil like this joke in the trailer, but like there's this bit where there's a reveal that he has this teenage daughter who's also got a great big head like him and sits in a similar hover chair, and she's talking about how she got in trouble at school. It's because I catfished this girl and then spread out gossiped about her, and And then I got in trouble, and the joke that he tells in the like this commercial trailer and is in the first episode is, Melissa, we talked about this. You can't catfish other students. Pause. Without using a VPN to disguise your IP address. Now, the reason I single out that joke is because I feel like the pause is all wrong, right? The pause doesn't make sense in fiction. Like I think that speaks to a lack of confidence in the joke, because the idea is there that you're trying to initially say, oh, like a good parent would tell their kid not to catfish people, period, full stop. But he's just saying don't do it in a way that you'll get caught, right? But I feel like you can just say the sentence all the way through without having that pause, and we'll get that. And so when I saw that commercial in that joke in the commercial, I was thinking, like, I don't know, I'm not sure if it has the confidence. Does it have the courage of its own convictions and its own sense of humor? Because like what he should have just done, like in that joke, is just like, you can't catfish people without using a VPN to disguise your IP address. You don't need the pause. And the pause like breaks it a little bit, I think. But what I will say is that joke is exactly that way in that episode. But as the series progresses, the show definitely has confidence in its own sense of humor, and in a way that I found very entertaining. So that's a recommendation from me if that's at all the kind of show you would be interested in. All right, I'll leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.